So today we have a Hillman minx. These are some type of foraging car from overseas. I think they're from England. I actually have two of them to be exact. There's one there and there's one here. Not sure if the motor's locked up in this one right here yet, but this one over here, the motor does turn free. This car here has been parked for 40 years. Basically 40 years on the dot. It might be 41 years. In 71, it was driving around Missouri. Then at about 81, they parked at 80, 81, and it just sat in the woods ever since then. The interior's, let's get the door open. Someone's cut a hole in the floor to put the 3-speed shifter on the, whoo, something moved over there. Whatever it was fast. Probably a lizard. Right there's the shifter. Not sure how that's supposed to work, but they did take it off of the column. I guess they bought some type of a adapter to make this right here work. We're gonna leave that alone for now. I kind of backed it off here in the trees on accident. In the trunk we got the clown car package. There's a bowling ball back there, there's a grinder, and there's a golf club, a generator, and I don't know, oh, an old headlight to a 30s or 40s vehicle. The floors are basically gone. What else we got around here? I know there's a sticker on this door over here that says something. Let's see here. Last oil change, if y'all can see that. I think it says 79 up there. And it was a Quaker State oil, so it should still be good. So 79 is the last time the oil's been changed in this car. Guess I'll show you guys what's underneath the hood. Let's see here. Just got a tiny little old 4-cylinder. Nothing too special. I guess this is the heater motor. At least it's got the little hook so you can pull your engine out real easy. A crazy looking distributor cap. A cool that looks like it's seen better days. We do have all the spark plugs in it. No one's taking it apart. It is a unibody car, so that's not good right there. The whole side of it, whatever you want to call it, is rusted out. Here's the grounding strap. What else we got? It does have a hydraulic clutch, which is kind of crazy, but it is from the 60s. I'm not sure what year it is. I'll have to do some Googling and find that out. But we have the battery here. We're just gonna throw the bad boy on here and hope for the best, because the key's in the ignition. The chance that it actually turns over with this starter is slim to none, I'd say. But there's always that 10% chance that starter actually works and we don't have to have it rebuilt. So, we're gonna go around here and just get straight to it. Let's see. Shouldn't have closed the door a minute ago. Let's give her a whirl. Well, is it a push down? No, the lights are coming on. There's a light on there. Now the light's off. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Boy, it's hard to turn that bad boy. Let's see here. I hear it clicking. The motor may be locked up. We might not just be getting enough juice. I'm gonna go get something and beat that starter, because that's what you're supposed to do. It didn't take long to come to the conclusion that the starter is either stuck or bad in this one, and I believe the engine's stuck. So we're gonna pull the starter out of it and do the only sensible thing and switch it with the one that doesn't have a starter on it. And maybe get one of these running today. And that seems to be a 5/8 and not a 9/16. So it's now been a couple days, and this one, the motor is locked up in it, but I did get the old starter off of there. And I kind of rebuilt the starter, but not really. I got it working and cleaned it up a little bit. So this one we probably ain't gonna get running, but we have this one sitting right beside it that we are gonna get running. I had more hope for this one in the beginning anyway, because the motor already turned over and it was just missing a starter. This one over here, since it was buried all the way up to past its rockers in the dirt, everything on it's really rough, and I'd say that's why the engine's locked up. It's drawing moisture. So I got the starter laying here, and we're gonna give it a good old test. I oiled everything up on the old starter, so hopefully it'll, you know, do what the starter's supposed to do in the Bendix in it, since it's a centrifugal Bendix. At least that's what I call it. I'm sure there's a proper name for it, but it doesn't work off of a solenoid. It just spins and catches. So we're gonna see if she'll work. Let's see here. Oh. It seems to be working properly. Well, maybe not. There we go. Nope. It ain't engaging all the way. There we go. So it does work now. I cleaned up the brushes in there and stuff. So it does work now. And we're gonna try to figure out how to snake it in and put it on this motor. This one turns just easy as can be. If you guys can see it down there, she turns over real good. So we're gonna come down here. You can probably see the flywheel moving better, or it might be too dark back in there. But we're gonna try to snake that starter in there. I think it has to go in from the bottom, because I don't want to mess anything up on this one. Exactly, I cut the brake line on the other one. I think if I come in through the bottom on it and snake it up there, we can get her in there real easy. So that's what we're gonna do now. I got the bolts and all the tools, so we're gonna slap the starter on this one, clean the points, and I think she'll fire up, and we're gonna try to move her a little bit so we can reorganize, because these cars are no bit organized around here. We just got them scattered everywhere. And back there we got an old F85 oils we drug in the day before yesterday, and a whole bunch of other stuff around here that we got to move around to make more room. So I got the cool hooked up to this old wire that runs around here and down to the battery. I know she probably ain't gonna be spinning over fast enough to even try to hit, but I got the old, well, this is gas and just a little bit of Marvel mystery oil just to try to get her running. And it is oh, well, the carburetor leaks profusely. So somewhere in, oh, it's cracked, ain't it? Either that's a crack or a gasket's went bad, I'm not sure yet. But we're gonna see if she'll even try to hit. I doubt it, because she'd be spinning too slow, but it is worth a shot just for fun here. Woo! You know, that happens sometimes. We like to set things on fire. At least we get it on camera. Getting more used to it now. I figured that was gonna happen here pretty soon, but you know. There we go. That's how you put them out. Just gotta blow on them. Didn't lose no hair this time, so that's always a good one. Not spinning fast enough. Also, we got a heck of a vacuum leak on this old carburetor. So wherever I did with my 9/16, there it is. I say that's what's holding this whole thing on. We got to take her off and act like we're gonna fix it, but we really ain't. Well, it's a 1/2 inch, but we're gonna tear it all off of here and, you know, fix it, but not really fix it, if you know what I mean. Just get a halfway fix it. Ooh, that got hot fast. At least it came off though. So I'm not sure if this big old long crack's supposed to be here, or if that's even a crack. I'd say that is a crack. I may be wrong though, because there's nothing to hold that seam there. Say she got some water in her or something like that and busted. And it is pouring down the rain right now, which is nice. So I'm gonna see if the carburetor on our other car over here that's just gonna turn into a parts car, because it's already donated its starter, has that crack in it. And if it does, yeah, it's got that crack in it. I guess that's supposed to be there. That's a seam. So it's leaking where that seam is. We'll just have to put a gasket of some type in it. A little piece of leather there, just to keep the carburetor from getting too hot. As you can see, this car's seen better days, but it also has the key in it and the floor pan delete. Let's see here. So we're gonna fix that carburetor, or act like we're gonna fix it really, and let this battery charge up while we're doing that. Just undo the bolts and take it off here and undo all the linkage and kind of fix it, or we might not even fix it. You know how that is. Might just get a hot battery and whirl her over real fast and get her running. Well, I'll let you guys know. So I did the old spark plug switcheroo and took these old plugs out and got a new set of them, because if you look at them, they're pretty rough. And I think that's the old problem of it not wanting to fire, because we have fire to the cool and everything like that. Gonna hook up the negative back to the old battery, and hopefully if we put some gas or something down the intake, because I took the carburetor off of there because it was leaking out all my fuel everywhere and making a mess. Hopefully she'll hit off and run now, since she's got a new set of spark plugs in her. Let's see. Maybe she ain't getting good gas yet. Where's my carb cleaner? This stuff's pretty flammable, so hopefully she'll try to run off of it. At least I'm hoping. Let's see here. Ooh, sparks. She ain't even hidden. Take a rag and, you know, do what you do when you ain't got a carburetor bolted on there. Carburetor was leaking a bunch of vacuum out the bottom of it. It's the main reason we're doing this. Ow. No, she ain't trying to hit even. We got problems. Let's see here. Hopefully you guys can see, and I ain't got the camera at a terrible angle. See what we're doing in the distributor cap here. It might not be pretty. Let's get this. That's probably leaking gas all down the car now. Yep, but not, oh, now it made it bad. Now let's see here. Open the distributor cap up, and it's making contact there here. Seems to be making contact there, and no, it ain't. Something's messed up somewhere. See here. We are hooked up down there, yeah. Ain't that something? Now let's see. So we're getting spark to the here, but it ain't doing what it's supposed to do. Now it's getting spark. So this wire right here is a problem. Hopefully it'll stay where it's supposed to stay for a second or two, so we can see if it'll hit off here. Come around here, and hopefully she'll hit on something now. Ugh. Trying to catch the whole world on fire now. Are we even getting fire? Gotta pull a plug out. I know we're getting fire across the cool because we're getting it to the points. Pull this plug out again. See if we're getting a good enough spark. The plug's not even getting fuel to it, well, yeah, maybe. Now she should be getting sparkaroo. God almighty. Yeah, it's getting spark. That cool's good too, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Yeah, it's getting spark. That's all fine and dandy now. So we're getting spark. We must not be getting fuel. I had carburetor cleaner here a second ago. There it is. This ain't ever the best idea, but you can always, you know, spray some fuel into the cylinders. We should be on the, well, conveniently, this one's on the intake stroke, so we should be good here. There we go. Put some fuel in there. Probably ain't gonna work, but it's worth a shot. Sometimes you can do this and get them kick-started if you get it on the right stroke. But I'm thinking we're not getting fuel past the intake for some reason. I thought the valves were stuck, that's why the valve cover's off, because we weren't getting fuel. Let's see here. Now we should be good to go. Maybe it'll hit. If we can get to hit on one, that'll be nice just to see. Woo, doggy. Huh. That was the starter setting that on fire. We're getting spark. I don't think we're getting enough compression still. So I'm pour some more of the Marvel mystery oil down the intake and probably foul these spark plugs out, but you know, sometimes you gotta do that. Actually, I'm gonna put it down the cylinders tonight and let her set overnight, and we'll come back to this tomorrow. So I was only gonna let her set for, you know, a few hours, but she ended up sitting here for about a week and a half. We were waiting on a carburetor kit because I was gonna get her, you know, up and driving around, but it doesn't seem like the horse-drawn carriage it's coming on is ever gonna make it here, because it was only coming from, I believe, Tennessee, and that's only a state over. I could have walked there by now, but we ain't gonna talk about that. We're just gonna try to get her running. She ain't gonna do none of that driving part because I tore the carburetor down and she's pretty rough. So I do have the little spray bottle 48,000 here that we're gonna, you know, try to get her running with. And I did put the knock your socks off cool on there because you never can trust them old cools, and you gotta have something that'll shock you real good on there. Gonna hook the battery up over here, already drug over here, and let's see, click that on there, and we got our little premium gasoline in here, and we're just gonna give her a little spray, and I hope she fires off. She should have compression and everything after setting that long with Marvel mystery oil in her. Oh, she's a hit. Come on. There we go. Woo! Oh, whoo. She smokes a little. I had her for a second. She's too easy to flood out. There we go. Come on. Woo! Woo! She does run. Just a little bit too much carb cleaner on her. Good fireball though. I'd call that a success. Normally don't have successes unless, you know, we catch something on fire with the old gum out carbon choke cleaner. I guess since we ain't on fire yet, let's see here. Some's on fire inside the cab. I'd say a rat nest of some sort. Let's see here. It might be the firewall. You never know. We'll pour some water on it in a minute, maybe. Now let's see if we can get it running again. She was running pretty good there for a minute. Oh no, we're really cranking smoke out of there. Better go get some water before I burn the whole thing down. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a pretty good blaze going in there. Now I'm no longer burning it to the ground, you know. I kind of wetted it down with what was left in that jug and pulled the burning stuff out of there. We should be good to try to get it going again. Normally we try not to burn the car itself down, you know, with the carb cleaner, but sometimes you gotta make sure they know you're gonna get them running or burn them to the ground trying. So we're gonna go right back in it with the carburetor cleaner, and we might move this just for safety concerns because, you know, it burns pretty good, and move that because it burns pretty good too. You know, put that back there and see what we get out of her. Get some more carburetor cleaner all over the place. Let's try her again. Come on. Ooh. See, she's a runner. Now I'm getting that covered in carb cleaner again. Ain't the best idea. Let's see here. Can I get it where it just barely sprays? It's probably too much still. Might be able to do it that way, instead of burning the world down. Because you know that'll end up happening. Guess we'll go back at it with the carb cleaner, whatever I did with it. Because it seems to like it a lot better than gasoline. See that? She'll hit right off that dadgum carb cleaner. But boy, it hates the gasoline. You know, I ought to think smarter here and put the intake back on her. If I got all the parts here, which I don't. No. Oh no, we do. We got all the parts. We got it here. Throw this bad boy back on there and I'll just keep feeding her the dadgum carb and choke cleaner through this deal. And that'll fix the problem. Just like that. Just, you know, spray her down in there and I ain't got to worry about setting the world on fire anymore. Because she should suck it through there. Ooh, there's a fan there. Ooh, that got hot fast. See, this dude's aimed in the wrong place to be spraying her with carb choke cleaner. Maybe not. Dadgummit. Try not to burn the world down here with, or the car down. Let's try her again. Ah, crap. Come on, there we go. Woo! running now. We tested her at the whole full RPM spectrum here from 4,000 RPM up to about 14,000, you know. She runs good. She's a little warm now. She just needed a cool, and she needs the carburetor work, but she does run pretty good. Don't look like we're getting the oil up to the top end just yet, but you know, you got to do them hard 14,000 RPM pulls to make sure your oil pump works. Seems like she ain't working too good, but we got her running, and that's what we came here to do, and well, that's still burning. Thank you guys for watching, and we got this and running at least. She ain't driving, but we got her running. We about set her on fire. That makes it a better video, I think. But thank you for watching. If you like this content, please consider subscribing and maybe leaving a like, because we got a lot more of these videos to do.